Rapunzel Tale. Rapunzel, the main character of the fairy tale of the same name by the brothers Grimm, one of the important story and fairy tale writers of German literature. The story begins with a very poor couple having to give their newborn daughter to an old witch. Once upon a time, in a magical land, there lived a wonderful family. They dreamed every day of having a daughter. One day, the woman realized she was pregnant, and they were overjoyed. During her pregnancy, the woman craved a fruit from a tree in the neighboring garden. However, those lettuces belonged to an evil witch. The woman's husband wanted to fulfill his wife's wish, so he secretly entered the garden and picked some lettuces. Fresh and delicious lettuces. The next day, when he went back to pick more, he encountered the witch. He was very frightened and was about to run away when the witch called out, "Why are you picking lettuces from my tree? And without even asking for my permission?" The man, trembling, replied, "You're an evil witch. I was too afraid to ask for your permission." The witch became quite angry at this response. "Then you will be punished. There's a price for stealing my lettuces. You must give me your child as soon as it is born," she said. The man fearfully agreed and quickly left. He continued to bring lettuces to his wife every day because, according to the agreement, his wife could eat as many lettuces as she wanted. Time passed and the woman gave birth. The witch came and took the baby. The mother was devastated and cried bitterly. Years went by. When this baby, named Rapunzel, turned 16, she had grown into a beautiful young woman. The witch imprisoned her in a high tower. She didn't want anyone to find her. During her time there, Rapunzel never cut her hair. Thus her hair became long and golden like sunshine. One day, while singing by the window, a prince hunting in the forest heard her voice and said, "Oh my God, I must see the owner of this voice." He followed the voice and saw that the girl was living in a tall tower. He couldn't see her clearly, but while observing curiously, he noticed the witch approaching and calling out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." Rapunzel let her long hair fall from the window, and the witch climbed up using her hair. Seeing this, the prince rejoiced and returned to the tower the next evening. Mimicking the witch's voice, he called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." Rapunzel lowered her hair, and the prince climbed up using it. However, one day, the witch saw the prince climbing the tower as she returned from the forest. Furious, she went to Rapunzel, cut off her hair, and sent her to a faraway desert. The witch then went to the tower to punish the prince. When the prince arrived, he called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." But instead of Rapunzel, the witch was there. She pushed the prince out of the tower. He fell into thorn bushes, which caused him to lose his sight. The prince wandered for a long time, searching for Rapunzel. He lived with love and hope in his heart, believing that one day he would find her again. After a long time, the prince reached the desert. Hearing a familiar, beautiful voice, he said, "Yes, this is Rapunzel. I knew I would find her." He followed the sound and found her. When Rapunzel saw the prince, she ran to him, hugged him, and wept with joy. A miracle occurred as her tears fell into his eyes. His sight slowly returned. The prince and Rapunzel went back to the prince's palace and had a magnificent wedding. The people loved them, and they lived happily ever after in peace and joy for many years.